Does it make it more clear? Is there something about the other source in comparison with the source that you've got now, right? With one of the other sources. So you got four sources, and maybe they're all talking similarly about your topic. And one is saying maybe perhaps talking about your topic in this particular way. And then you've got another source talking about it in this way. And this source, maybe while they may agree, they're kind of looking at it differently. And so you can kind of do, in some cases with relevance, and even sometimes with your analysis, you could do some kind of you could do a compare and contrast to kind of put them, um, not in conversation, in conversation with, whether they're not necessarily like opposing. And you may have a source that is opposing. So let's say you've got two sources and you want to use even the disagreeing source in your project. And so what you can do is you can bring that other source in. Excuse me. I think I'm going to sneeze. Excuse me. Sorry about that. So you can bring the other source in and then have them talk to each other, and even have them talk to each other even if they disagree, because the point about them disagreeing makes a point for you. And that's possible too. There's not necessarily a wrong way about these four sources, about having them talk about relevance to each other, right? How they're relevant to your topic, how they're maybe even relevant to each other is another way of kind of thinking about relevance. Comparing and contrasting a couple of sources, whether they agree or whether they disagree. Sometimes where there's disagreement, there's opportunity. Where there's disagreement, there might be additional research questions that you're thinking of come to the surface, and that's something that's really cool too. So don't discount when you're looking at these four sources in particular. So really make sure you understand these sources and take that time, not only to find those four sources, read those sources really, really carefully. Think about, we're doing the annotated part is we're doing we have three specific paragraphs: the summary paragraph, the analysis paragraph, we'll have the relevance paragraph, and then you'll just do that for four sources. So before you, that's why we kind of take 2 or 3 weeks, maybe it's 3 weeks, I can't remember, for this project, because I want you to spend quality time with each one of those sources. Make sure you super understand them to the point, not only you can just write it to summarize, to analyze it, and to share its relevance, but then you'll just become to know those sources so well that when you sit to write project 3, or when you're thinking about putting project 3 together, you just got that information is just super absorbed, and that will make that project less challenging. All right, so I hope you find that helpful. So start working on that. I guess the first thing to do is step one would be make sure you've got 4 good solid sources that are really specifically talking about your topic. Whether they agree or disagree doesn't matter, but they're providing a lot of useful information for you for your final project about your topic that you just really, really like. Third thing you should do then, once you've kind of got them selected, kind of whether they agree or disagree doesn't matter. Read them very, very closely. Get your highlighter out. Whatever it is that you do, write in the notes, write in the margins, take notes on your laptop as you've got it pulled up. Maybe it's a PDF, whatever the case is. Really, really get to know those sources, and then start working on your summary of each one, analysis paragraph, and your relevance paragraph. And we'll talk more about that. We'll talk more about citations and stuff later on in the week. All right, guys. So good to see you. Hope you're having a great week. Enjoy the rest of your week. As always, if there's anything I can do, you have any questions or concerns or anything, please never hesitate to reach out to me. All right, guys. Stay safe. Stay awesome. Bye now.